Joining me now to discuss the eclipse is Darren Osborne from ABC Science Online. Darren, welcome. Are you devastated? Because you missed out. There's cloud cover.
Yeah, I know. I set the alarm half an hour early to get up and watch it. And, of course, I stuck my head out the back door and there was a big bank of cloud. And it looked darker than normal because I know the morning before when I got up, it was almost a full moon.
Take a look behind you now and you can see what it's actually like.
Well, beautiful.
For people in WA and in Victoria, at least, they did get a good view of it?
Yeah, from all accounts. I mean, I've seen photos being posted. We've seen them on the ABC website. We've seen them on Flickr and Facebook and so forth. I mean, it was your normal classic sort of lunar eclipse. It went straight through the middle of the Earth's shadow, so it was about 90 minutes in duration, which, as most reports have said, is the longest in a decade. Yeah. Sometimes they go a little bit off-centre, but that beautiful red glow is something that when you do see it, it's quite beautiful.
So why does it turn red and not some other colour?
Well, the reason is that even though it goes into our shadow, there is light that goes through the atmosphere of the Earth, and as it goes through the atmosphere, it gets that sort of reddish hue, the same sort of effects that occur when you see the sun set at night. You get that red glow in the sky. So that red light goes through the Earth's atmosphere, and that little amount of light actually does go onto the moon. So the moon is not completely blocked out. It's like if you were to stand in the shadow of a tree, I can still see you in that shadow. You're not completely black.
And so explain the technicalities of it in terms of saying that it was the moon passing through the shadow of the Earth rather than the Earth moving in between the sun and the moon?
Both. You got both.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
so it's both. So it's an alignment of the sun, the Earth, and the moon. And so the moon does an orbit around the Earth about every 29 days. You don't get a lunar eclipse every 29 days because the three are not perfectly aligned. There's a little bit of tilt and a bit of wobble that goes on. And so about every 6 months, they perfectly align. And in fact, in 2 weeks from now, when the moon goes between the sun and the Earth, we'll get a partial solar eclipse. So you usually get
which is the one which is dangerous to look with the naked eye.
Exactly, yeah. They're the ones you don't want to look at. So you usually get lunar eclipses and solar eclipses come in pairs every 6 months, 2 weeks apart. So we'll be seeing another lunar eclipse in 6 months' time from now. Check my dates quickly, 11th of December. And for those of us in New South Wales who missed it, we get a second opportunity. In fact, the whole of Australia will get a fantastic opportunity to see an eclipse later on this year.
But that will be much shorter in duration?
Not too much shorter. It'll almost go through the centre again. We're sort of looking around about 70, 80 minutes. Most lunar eclipses are around that area. So when we say it was the longest, it's only by about a few minutes. It's it's sort of almost splitting hairs a bit. Each total lunar eclipse is somewhere between an hour and 90 minutes.
And people all around the world got to see this?
No, only in Australia. As you mentioned, Western Australia was best. Southern Asia, most of Africa, and the Mediterranean region in this particular instance. So usually around about half of the Earth will get to see this. Would have got to see this eclipse.
Okay, let's hope it's a clear day next time. Darren Osborne, thanks very much.
Thanks, Joe.